Okay, you just heard the chorus, 16 bar section, all in eighth notes all the way through apart from the very last bar, so you've got a constant, that constant eighth note pulse going through the tune. First bar is just F, first fret of the E string. Second bar, we've got 4 Fs there, and then we've got 2 Fs and 2 Es. The octave F is the 8th fret of the A string, 2 Es at the 7th fret of the A string. Then we've got a bar of D at the 5th fret of the A string. Then we've got another bar of D, and we're going to play 6 Ds and then an E and an F at the end. E and F, 7th and 8th frets of the A string. Then we're down for B flat, bar of B flats at the 1st fret of the A string. The next bar we're going to get 2 Ds, the 5th fret of the A string, and then 6 B flats at the 8th fret of the D string. So I'll play those 2 bars. Then we've got 2 bars of C, 3rd fret of the A string, all in root notes, all in 8th note pulse. Okay, then the pattern kind of repeats. There's some minor variations. So bar 9, we've got a repeat of bar 1, which is a bar of F, 1st fret of the E string. Then we're going to play 6 octave Fs at the 8th fret of the A string, followed by 2 Es at the 7th fret of the A string. Then we're down to D. We're going to play 7 Ds and an open A. And then we're going to play the bar we played before in bar 4, where we've got 6 Ds and an E and F. Then we're down to a bar of B flat again, 1st fret of the A string. Then we've got 2 Ds and 6 octave B flats. D is the 5th fret of the A string, the octave B flat is the 8th fret of the D string, and from there we're going to go up to the octave of C, the 10th fret of the D string, and then down to C. Note we're going to hold there, the 3rd fret of the A string. That's the chorus. Repeats a couple more times in the tune, so learn it. That transitions to the verse, which is quite similar in some ways, has some similar sections. That's only an 8-bar section. We're going to listen to the play along and then we'll talk through the notes. Okay, you just heard the verse with the slowed down backing track. 8-bar section, as I said before. First bar, we're just going to play 2 Fs on the first beat of the bar in 8th notes. That's the 1st fret of the E string, of course. Second bar, we're going to play the 2 Fs on the downbeat, and then we're going to play F and E at the 8th and 7th frets of the A string. Then we're going to play a pattern you should be familiar with on the D chord for 2 bars. And then it's all D, the 5th fret of the A string, apart from the E and the F, 7th and 8th frets of the A string at the end. Then we're going to get 2 hits on the G at the 10th fret of the A string, and then in the next bar 2 hits on G, the 3rd fret of the E string, and then that just leaves the final 2 bars. We're going to play a bar of B flat, then we're going to play that that's first fret of the A string, of course. Then we're going to play 2 C's, 3rd fret of the A string, and then D, E, G. D's the 5th fret of the A string, E's the 7th fret, G's the 10th fret of the A string, and then we're back into the chorus. And the patterns that we learnt in the chorus. So I'll play through the entire verse section just so you can hear it. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. First note of the chorus when you go back to it. Those are the main parts of the song. There's one more section of the tune to look at, and I call it a bridge section where the main vocal is going carry me home tonight. The backing vocal is doing a na 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 kind of backing vocal kind of a thing. We'll go and listen to the play along with the slowed down backing track, and then we'll talk through this section. Okay, you just heard the last section of the tune that we need to look at. Pretty straightforward. It's a 4-chord progression that plays through this section. First bar, which is 2 Fs, F, G, A, F, F, first fret there of the E string, F, G, 3rd fret of the E string, open A, back to F at the 1st fret. Then that pattern repeats at B flat, so 1st fret of the A string. Notice I've changed position for that last note. So you've got B flat, B flat, B flat, C, 3rd fret of the A string, open D, back to C at the 3rd fret of the A string, and the 3rd bar, which is A, C, A, G, and you've got A there at the 5th fret of the E string, A, C, 3rd fret of the A string, back to A at the 5th fret of the E string, G at the 3rd fret of the E string, and then the final bar, which is C, C, A, C, A, G. So similar to the previous bar, 2 C's at the 3rd fret of the A string, A at the 5th fret of the E string, or the open A you could play, back to C, back to A, back to G, 3rd fret of the E string. That takes us to the next 4 bars. They're almost identical, the only difference is in the last bar, the 8th bar. So I'll play these 4 bars, then we'll talk through the difference. So it goes like this. So in that last bar what we're playing is 2 C's, 3rd fret of the A string, 2 D's, 2 E's, the D's the open D string, 2 E's at the 2nd fret of the D string, back to the C at the 3rd fret of the A string. The next 4 bars have again a couple of variations. Most of it's straightforward. I'll play through it and then we'll talk through the variations. 2, 3, 4. So there, the main variations is in the 2 variations are in the 1st bar and the 4th bar. In the 1st bar, instead of playing, we're playing that figure, but starting with 2 Fs, the octave Fs at the 3rd fret of the D string. Then the B flat bar is the same. The A bar's the same. And then the fourth bar, we're just going to play C in eighth notes. Okay, this brings us to the last 4 bars. Again, we've got some minor variations. I'll play through it and then we'll talk through those minor variations. So the variations at the end, in the last bar, we're going to play 2 C's, 2 D's, open D string there, E at the 2nd fret of the D string, C, 3rd fret of the A string again, A, either open A or 5th fret of the E string, and G. And then that will bring us to the end of that section. Then there's another chorus. The first time through we lay out and then we come back in the second time through. And that's pretty much, you put those parts together and play through the song. So it's a great song for beginners to learn.